Hello, everyone. It's 3:49 p.m. It's raining. Well, that's why it's so dark and gloomy in here. Where earlier it was pretty light outside. So it's yeah. My phone did alert me that it was supposed to start to rain. Excuse me. It's hard to see on my phone. If my phone was turned the other way, you could see better. So, dang, where I was living at in Bloomington, it rained almost every day, and the power went out almost every day when I first got there. And then, before I know it, it would be weather so hot that it's dangerous to even be outside. But here I can have back to normalcy again. So, it just started to rain. So, well, so last night I did a cooking video. I didn't show the cooking steps or process or anything, or did I? I don't remember. But I did a video today. Earlier this afternoon. So I had a Cara orange after the dinner that I had yesterday. So I'm afraid to eat those apples, the bag of apples. I ate like one or two of them already, but I'm afraid to eat. Those were okay, but the other ones I'm afraid to eat because it seemed like as if they're green. And I gotta find which one of these storage bins have brown paper bags, because I heard that's. I don't have like bananas or anything where I can ripen them up or anything like that. But when I was in Bloomington, I didn't have um I didn't have those kinds of like the brown paper bags, but my my whatever avocados or pears or bananas, they would ripen up with just a black trash bag. And that might be what I need to do. So for breakfast, I just had nothing but a bowl of cereal and milk. And I think I might have one more day left of the the cereal, the shredded wheat cereal. Well, after the shredded wheat cereal, and then I got two more corn muffins. After that, I won't even have anything for breakfast to eat, but I can make a way to make things for breakfast, like in my hometown, New Orleans, I don't know about other places, but people used to make egg rice and call it breakfast. And sometimes they might add ham to it, but I don't have any ham, you know. So I probably could do something like that, or just eat what I have up in here. But I got plenty of dinner food, lunch and dinner food, and I got some dessert. But I have been feeling anxiety and depression still from, you know, the Social Security incident from Bloomington, which should cause me to have anxiety about other things. And, you know, I just need closure on certain situations. And I woke up this morning still upset about the storage issue, you know. So I wasn't up all night worried about the storage unit thing, but it wasn't until later on this morning, like after 6 o'clock or 6:30, that I was feeling kind of upset. I think I woke up finally at 6:20 and couldn't go back to sleep. But I remember going large gaps throughout the night of not being able to sleep. But then I had certain dreams that I was able to tell. I knew that they were part of the gang stalking dream manipulation. So even the past few nights, well, I haven't really had any police related dreams or nightmares or nightmares about myself getting arrested or going to jail lately. But like I would have, like last night, I had a nightmare, a bad dream in the middle of the night of being wrongfully banned from going swimming, which is one of my favorite activities to do. So, excuse me. So, it's like, I don't remember what, I thought I went to bed at like 9 or 10 o'clock last night, or was it 11:30? No, I thought I went to bed earlier than 10 o'clock or something. I don't remember exactly what time I went to bed or went to sleep. So I showed y'all what I had for lunch, but you know, then I had the last, like, I ate the majority of the chocolate ice cream yesterday, but the day before, was it Tuesday or Monday, that I had only like 5 teaspoons. And then I had, I guess, the majority of it yesterday, and I had no cake, the slice cake. And then today I had the last bit of the ice cream, the chocolate ice cream, you know, still emotionally feeling a little bit down, and had like 2 pieces of the cake. So, but I mean, for dinner, I guess I'll have the for dinner I'm gonna have like some more leftover from yesterday. Leftover the pork ribs or whatever, the pork loin ribs and cheesy mashed potatoes. And I would like to have some more mixed vegetables with it, and also a cara orange. I froze the blueberries for a later date, you know, so I haven't eaten the blueberries yet. So I noticed that like, it seems like, well, the video that I did it like yesterday morning, and then um the video about the shower, I mean, not shower curtains, the blinds, I did that way after I did the other video. And then I mean, I did that way after the other video, but then because it was shorter, it because it was shorter, it uploaded before the longer video that I did yesterday. And so recently I gained at least 5 or 6 subscribers. And then I don't even know if those exact same new people, or was it other people that got hateful and unsubscribed. So like the day before yesterday, I had the most subscribers that I've ever had was 1,323. And then I think, and then yesterday it was 1,322. And then later on it was 1,321. And then I ended up with, you know, now I'm back down to 1,319. So like, it seemed like, I don't even know, like the longer video that I did yesterday, I got, well, only one person gave me a thumbs up on that video yesterday. And then today, another person gave me a thumbs up. But the fake Darnell Williams perp, I noticed that he, on the video about the blinds or curtains yesterday, today he went today and started, he would press the like button and then unlike, and the online gang stalkers were doing that. The other online gang stalkers used to do that even before him. So, but I ended up getting like, yesterday it was 7 thumbs down, and earlier this morning it was 7 thumbs down. Then it was 9 thumbs down and more lost subscribers. So, everything I said was truthful, but I was wondering what was it that I could have said yesterday that everybody got so mad at me and started unsubscribing, So, fake people don't lose subscribers. The real ones do. But y'all the fake ones, falsely accusing me of being fake. So, I mean, especially when I do videos about the gang stalking bus drivers, they end up giving me like 17 thumbs down. Just because they're the bus driver does not mean, because you think that their fake authority, so-called authority position makes them right. The bus driver, they're not police officers. And I'm demonstrating that they also participate in gang stalking. So, if I get 0 thumbs up, or lucky if I get 1 thumbs up, and then 17, 18, 19 thumbs down, that doesn't sound like somebody that's a fake TI. That doesn't sound like somebody that's fake. So, So, well, because of my sleep deprivation for the past few days, I haven't even, I had the desire to want to work on short stories and write about certain things, but my sleep deprivation, my sleep deprivation won't allow me to do it. And like earlier today, I was tempted to want to take a nap, but I didn't want it to screw up my sleep pattern. Bad enough I've been having, like, for all week this week, been having like insufficient sleep. But last week I was sleeping much better. The first night I was here, I got hard. I don't remember whether or not I got any sleep the first night or two. But oh yeah, the second night, once I got this baby mattress, I slept much better. But last week I slept I slept I slept much better last week, but this week I don't know what's going on. And so ever since I got the free internet for the low income, my phone has been like, I've been receiving a lot of spam calls, spam phone calls. Wait a minute, I didn't sign up or agree to have spammers try to call my phone. I didn't sign up for or agree to that. So for the past, ever since like Tuesday, I've been having to block all these fake spam phone numbers. Like just earlier when I was in the middle of baking the salmon, there was a spam phone call from Medellin, part of my hometown, New Orleans, that called me. And then when I called back, I think it was a signal for a fax machine or something. Other than that, I don't know why that person called or whatever. So last night I noticed that somebody with the username Busy B, like Busy Beee, like with 3 E's. Busy, like, you know how somebody said Busy Bee, like the animal bees, Bee, but she had 3 E's instead of 2 E's. Busy Bee 85. She got hateful and blocked me on TikTok for no reason last night. For no reason at all. And I kept forgetting to mention that last week somebody got hateful and blocked me on TikTok. And then yesterday, there was another person who unfollowed me on TikTok for whatever reason. So that made me feel discouraged. And it's like I don't even talk to you, or I don't be trying to message people. I don't try to bother people. Even in person, I just let people come up to me and talk to me. I try to stay to myself because they'll try to criminalize you complimenting somebody's shoes. Like somebody would criminalize you for trying to compliment their shoes. Or, if you like their hairstyle or something like that, they'll twist it and manipulate it and, narcissistically falsely accuse you of something, that you weren't even close to thinking of trying to do. But, it made me angry earlier today that, popular fake TI perps that I recently feuded with within the past couple of months, their videos get spread, shared, reposted, and promoted on TikTok, while my videos they don't even get really any views. And so lately, my cooking videos, if the cooking video would get no, they try to make it like where my videos can get no more than 250 views. If I do videos about cooking, it would go up to 250 and then stop there, and then 0 likes. And it's the same thing with my short stories as well. If I might get 240 views on a video where I try to post my short stories, but I'd be lucky if one person give me any likes, but on my other TikTok, sometimes I'm being lucky if I can get 300 views on cooking videos, and I can end up getting 22 or 23 likes or something. But, but they be having some people that be complimenting me and say that my food looks good. But the obsessed gang stalking haters, they will lie and say that I buy expensive products just to make nasty food. You haven't even tasted my food to know if it's nasty. And you haven't been around me to know whether or not I stink. The way y'all be lying and saying, yeah, she stinks. So they falsely accuse me, like the online gang stalkers and fake TI perps, they'll make up lies and say that I stink. When how would you know that if you haven't even been around me? Excuse me. But excuse me. But I know how people with narcissistic personalities operate. When normal people would act like as if me cleaning or whatever is outstanding and impressive. But people with narcissistic personalities, they will be overly critical and nitpick and find something wrong or find some flaw or even make up shit that's not even there. If I just got out the shower, an abusive narcissistic family member would lie and say, oh, you stink, go back and take another bath. And then when I go take a bath, I have to hear narcissistic lectures about playing in water or wasting water. I'm just rinsing myself off after washing. And you falsely accuse me of wasting water or playing in water. I'm not a retarded person. But y'all try to make me out to be retarded, or you treat me like a punished child with no rights. And that's one of the reasons why I don't want to stay with nobody. Why I don't want to live with nobody. Family or not, I don't want to live with nobody. And I'm glad to have my own place and pay my own bills. But then, if any of them were living here, they would treat me the same way. If they might narcissistically lecture me about wasting electricity, because I'm doing a video right now. Excuse me. Like, I'm forbidden and not allowed to cough or be sick. Y'all falsely accuse me of having a perp cough when I explain to y'all my situation. I don't even know if I might have to get this tooth pulled, or if I can get it fixed or get the abscess cleared out or some kind of way. Hopefully the mucus can go away. But I don't be wanting to have any mucus, But other targeted individuals, even the skinny ones, say that the gang stalkers use direct energy weapons to some kind of way cause them to form mucus. Lots of excessive mucus, which is beyond our control, you know. So even with the abusive, narcissistic, fake foster family members, you know, if you're preparing to take a bath or you pouring water in a cup to try to drink it, and then have to hear narcissistic lectures about wasting water, and then they make threats to lecture you about how they have to pay for water, and then make threats to make you pay their water bill. And narcissistic, control freak, fake friends have treated me the same way. Like, for you to turn on the water and get a glass of water to drink, oh, that's playing in water or wasting water. You're just harassing and fucking with me for no damn reason at all. You know. So, but I'm just, you know, fighting for my survival, struggling to survive, you know. I'm not struggling as much now that I have a place to live. But, excuse me. Sorry. But, you know, I'm just sick and tired of everything I do and say made into being a crime or something wrong. But, you know, but y'all are nitpicking and got everything hateful to say. But then y'all falsely say that I'm the negative one, or I'm the one that's full of negativity. The most abusive people be the main ones who be talking about how you should be positive. So when people try to lecture me about negativity or lecture me about being negative, you ain't my friend. Because a real person will support you and stick with you with both your ups and downs in life. And unfortunately, being targeted, they'll make sure you have as many downs in life as possible. They're electronically stabbing me in my right ear with the directed energy weapons ever since I just said that. And the online gang stalkers, they have such audacity to talk about, well, Candy complains about this, Candy complains about that. But you sit there and force yourself to stalk and watch me for years and trying to control me. And then you complain about stuff that everything I do or say and stuff that's not even your business. But they want to nitpick and falsely try to criminalize everything you do in order to cover up their crimes. But, you know, it is very hard to try to think positive when all you get is hate. Like on my cooking video last night, they made sure that if I got 5 thumbs up, the perps gave me like 8 or 9 thumbs down. And then the narcissistic abusers, you know, like a narcissistic control freak fake friend who will lie and say that you're nothing but negative. That everything about you is just negative, or everything about you just makes pure no sense. Excuse me. Or it's illogical. They ignore me when I do try to tell or show them something good or positive. Or if I try to show them something good or positive, they will block me on social media or just ignore the shit out of me. you know, and they try to manipulate you to feel like as if you have to please them, as if they are God. And so I got a certain age, and before I even found out about narcissistic abuse, and you know, I mostly stopped begging and pleading with people. And by the time I turned 25 years old, I just started cursing people out, not realizing that everybody, all those people I had to cuss out were narcissistic abusers or gang stalkers or a combination of both. I mean, if I do a cooking video, that if some people might consider that positive, but the online gang stalkers will make it like as if that's something I'm forbidden or not supposed to do. But they want to try to control me on my own and trying to eliminate me off my own channel when I had this channel before you even knew about YouTube, or before you got my channel. It's like I'm a YouTube veteran. You know, my Targeted by the Psych World backup channel, that channel has been in existence since 2006. But I mean, I didn't even know, I mean, certain things I could have learned on YouTube all these years, or I didn't even realize that back in 2007, I probably, and I mean, instead of, I mean, I just didn't know because I had like limited information on life. Excuse me, due to being overly sheltered and dealing with what I dealt with. So in 2007, 2008, 2009, you know, I wish I would have known about that. I could have made YouTube videos and monetized it, or made blogging. I mean, did blogging and monetized it, but I just had no idea. I didn't know back then. But in 2017, I didn't know what topics I could have talked about and try to monetize, you know. But I didn't have like 1,000 subscribers. But it took me a long time to organically get to this amount of subscribers. But I have more numbers than actual real people because of certain people having multiple YouTube accounts. So I have like less number of people than so-called subscriber number. You know, I might have 200 actual subscribers, and then the perps bragging and laughing about their fake throwaway accounts, or what they call sock puppet accounts. So I got less subscribers than the YouTube is showing, and I got all these haters and very few real supporters. But you know, a supportive person would even give you a thumbs up even when you're having a rough day. But the people who claim that I'm so negative, well, you don't even do anything to lift up or encourage. You just call me negative and throw me in the trash and kick me away, and avoid me and stay away from me, rather than doing or saying something to help lift my spirits. And if you do, a lot of times it be fake, and you sound like as if you're mocking and making fun. But to have genuine, sincere, supportive people that will ride with you, whether you're in the sun or the clouds, you know, whether rain or shine, those are the real ones that will support you and not going to judge you because you're going through something, or because you're going through a crisis or having a rough time. But the fakest ones are the main ones who be talking about they treat me like a punished child with no rights and try to force muzzle me or try to police my mouth and what I should verbally say and say that they only want to hear positive stuff coming from me. And then falsely say, oh, you're just negative. And then they go and talk bad about me behind my back and gossip, laugh at me, call me retarded, and everything else. Like when I was in New York City at that mental health homeless shelter, they had me to be forced to be roommates with a murderer. That Michelle Randolph lady. She even said that she was on drugs or whatever. And she started, well, she didn't like love bomb me with she didn't love bomb me with like with any money or always buying stuff with me. I mean buying stuff for me or anything. Excuse me, but she tried to use words to try to butter me up and pretend that I'm her favorite or whatever. And then she got hateful and turned against me. And her and the other fake lady, it was a white lady named Diane Frey who set me up. She set me up. And then I almost went to jail behind Diane Frey setting me up and making up lies on me. And so, but I ended up being forced against my will to be mentally institutionalized. Wait a minute, no, I didn't go into. I think that they wait, that was the her setting me up. I think that was the first time I ever got put in handcuffs. But then I think they let me go. But they weren't gonna take me to jail, but they were gonna take me to the mental institution. And the staff were trying hard to make up lies and falsely accuse me of doing this and that. And when I stood up for myself, they would lie on me and say that I'm violent and threatening. When I stood up to their bullying, it was the staff, and I didn't realize they were all gang stalkers. And the foster mom helped them because I had a little bit bullying like when I first got there. But then everything was okay. But once the foster mom got a hold of the staff members, she put who knows what XYZ in their head and probably encouraged them to stalk and spy on me and report back everything to her. And I was like 23 years old, just graduated from college. So ever since the foster mom got a hold, that's when everything went downhill. But I struggled harder in New York than like New York is more cold than LA. Nobody will help you if you're poor and homeless. Nobody will help you. No, I mean, I suffered and struggled broke. So Michelle Randolph and Diane Frey, and I think there was another lady, I don't remember who it was, in the same room with us. And then they both would tell me that, that they didn't want to hear anything negative from me and that they only wanted to hear positive stuff from me from now on. And that guy Trey from Higher Quest, he turned out to be a perp too, an abusive narcissist, highly narcissistic perp. Him and Amy, it seemed like they were perping with the red, And I told him about the gang stalking, and I didn't even want to. It seemed like he tried to bully, frighten, and manipulate me, and he was much younger than me. But he was fraudulently and illegally driving around in I think it's a black Mustang or something. You're supposed to be, but you got a Mustang? I thought that was a muscle manly car, But But he even tried to make it like as if, promise me that you will never talk anything negative ever in your life again. And then he tried to bully, frighten, manipulate, and scare me and intimidate me. And he's much younger than me. He looked like he's still in his 20s. So yeah, that was the so-called, from when I worked with the temp service or whatever. But then him and Amy Turner, at first I thought they had nothing to do with it, but then they revealed themselves to be perps. But I think I heard Amy doesn't work there no more. But at first Trey acted like as if he wanted to help me out and want what's best for me, and was even giving me tips and ideas on ways I could get a car. But it seemed like after I told him about the gang stalking, and he even acted like he wanted to try to go get the foster mom prosecuted. And I was afraid, and he tried to bully and frighten and intimidate me, make me feel threatened. He didn't threaten me, but he made me feel intimidated and threatened into revealing her name to him. And then he pretended like he wanted to protect and fight for me and defend me, and say that he, didn't have any tolerance for bullies because he said that he'd been bullied or whatever. But I got like so many instances of abusive narcs, when people who be narcissistic and abusive, even within my own biological family, Mark and Ramona, and Pete and other family members, they're abusive and narcissistic bullies, and they're always talking about that they avoid me or that they stay away from me because I'm so negative. But then they heard nothing but lies about me, though. And they're gang stalkers. But if I would have a narcissistic, control freak, fake friend, who would talk about that they think I'm too negative, energy draining, and complain too much, but then they complain about their issues and problems more than I talk about mine. So even in the so-called TI community, with talking to certain people on the phone, how come it's negative for me to expose my gang stalking, but when you do it, it's not negative? You tell me to ignore, but then you don't follow your own advice. And as I said, they got certain people that supposedly fake subscribers, fake, that will only comment or thumbs up if the topic is something positive. But they be having times when I can, if I do a YouTube video about myself going to the beach and get multiple thumbs down, and I'm just showing y'all how pretty the water is, it's like I got done with people pleasing, and there's nothing I could do. And then the online perps, they brag and laugh and say candy is irredeemable, or candy is a lost cause, or that I'm so crazy beyond comprehension. And then narcissistic, control freak, fake TI perps that play both sides. They play both sides. And then, they play both sides. And then one of the first things they want to do is attack my weight, my eating habits, or with their perception of my eating habits. And they attack my mental health, and they attack my finances, and they attack my so-called mental status. So if you know that the schizophrenia and bipolar and so-called mental health labels is part of the mind control, why would you, because you're mad, resort to calling another TI schizophrenic? crazy, need medication, and you lie and say that I'm a covert narcissist, a covert vulnerable narcissist. But if I'm exposing the very same gang stalking that you're exposing, and then after all the evidence you see, you block and ignore me when I try to show you evidence of me being targeted, and then you lie and say that I'm a fake target with no evidence. But y'all be the popular fakes and that just sit behind a desk or drive around in your brand new pretty Teslas all day talking about how great God is and falsely glorify yourselves as God's chosen elect and part of 144,000 when you think you got the authority to eject me from the TI community and lie and say, you're not a TI. And lie and say that I'm a perp while simultaneously perping me in your videos. And then other so-called TIs don't even pick up that you're perping me in your videos. But they just, the so-called TI community is like a popular, like, with the popular fakes, it's like a popularity competition full of fake people. And a lot of people say that over 97% of so-called TIs is fake, and only about only 3% of real ones left. And then some people would be like, well, don't take it personal. Excuse me. They'll say, well, don't take it personal because that person is mind controlled into doing it, acting like that towards you. But they ignore me, or when I show footage of myself being gang stalked, they'll be like, bullshit. That's how they do. So, and I thought it already happened, but I guess it's supposed to happen later on. So-called targeted justice supposed to be rallying in my hometown, New Orleans. And I bet you I won't be welcome or allowed. They're talking about going to the, I think it's 600 Camp Street or something like that, on the doorsteps. I may have the wrong address, but they're talking. I don't know what date they're supposed to do it, or if they already did it. Going on the front steps of the courthouse and go protest and rally. But, but I'm a real targeted individual, and I have not sold out. I have not compromised, and I don't take bribes, and I don't perp anybody. But the online regular gang stalkers, they even pretend to be targeted, as I said, as a way to try to deliberately cause feuding and division between regular TIs. And the so-called TI community, their discernment is too poor for me to be convinced that you really are God's chosen elect. Because if you really were God's chosen elect, or part of 144,000, in which I don't even believe in that shit anyway, or chosen ones, you wouldn't reject or abuse me. But as I said, it'd be the popular fakes in the so-called TI community and the narcissistic victim community. Like I be seeing like people who are narcissists themselves commenting under narcissistic victim videos and pretending that they're victims of narcissistic abuse when they turn around and narked on me. Perping me and narking me is the same. Gaslighting and, like this narcissistic control freak fake TI perp named Joshua Anzalone. He's from somewhere in Louisiana, I think Baton Rouge or something. And I forgot what he told me that was offensive or hurtful more than once. But I saw him commenting under narcissistic victim videos. I'm like, motherfucker, you will knock your damn self. That's why I had to block you. So it was numerous people like that. You know, when they have so many people that just give bossy comments, or every comment that they want to say is offensive or hurtful, or they want to treat you like you lack common sense. I have a right to not have to accept that abuse on my own TikTok or YouTube or even Twitter. Now, they had this guy who tried to condemn me and tell me that I'm being negative for, and it's like, even as of recently, within the past few months, more and more targeted individuals are taking deals. And I'm a loner. I say to myself, I don't even socialize with people in order to, like, who could I accept bribes or deals from? You know, but I heard that professed targeted individuals, even the ones that say that they're Christian, I heard that a lot of them do give up the battle and cave in and sell out. And it's claimed that they're tired of fighting or tired of resisting. But that's the main thing, I guess, with me being targeted, is to keep resisting. Keep fighting back, keep resisting, and keep exposing, whether y'all like it or not. Because if I stay quiet, you're still going to hate me. You still hate me if I stay quiet. If I'm quiet, you think I'm guilty of wrongdoing too. If I'm quiet and if I saying nothing and doing nothing, if you try to look for something to stir up to make it like I did or said X, Y, Z wrong in order to get me to go and say something, excuse me. But the main people who will always tell me, don't worry about what other people think and don't worry about what other people say, be the main ones with the narcissistic, abusive, bully personalities. The main ones who tell me don't worry about what other people say or don't worry about what other people think, they be the main ones go and start smear campaigns about me. Lies, false rumors, and smear campaigns. But then they huddle together with other narcs to gossip about you for hours on end. And they can complain. But people don't even, they shut me down, they shut me out, and they don't give me the time of the day. Like, you think you got the authority to muzzle me on my own channel when I got your account blocked. And as I said, I keep wishing that YouTube could make it to where if I block your account, then you can't rate, or that your rates won't count, or that you can't rate my channel. But all they would do is make more channels, make more secret fake channels where they're just watching because and they be trying to get an opening wherever they can to harass. So if I was a real, if I was a fake TI, I'm glad I caught myself. That's me being sleep deprived. My words accidentally came out wrong. If I was a fake TI, then my blog would be way more popular than what it is. On an average blog post, I might get 5 views. But if it's something that the online perps can feel like they can use to stir up trouble, they'll try to make it go viral in a bad way, in a way that they want to make sure it's a way to humiliate me and try to make an example out of me. And, if I'm forced to have to leave my comments, I'm forced to have to leave my comments off. And they've been trying to exploit and take advantage of what was considered the most popular blog post, the top 10. So I'm glad I was able to find a way to hide that too. Because if people want to deliberately and maliciously take what I say out of context and lie and say, well, this is what Candy's trying to say, or this is proof Candy said this or did this, when you deliberately and maliciously take me the wrong way. But then, you know, and they try to deliberately take me the wrong way on purpose to recruit other people to hate me. But they had this Brazilian guy who came here that I think I heard he killed somebody. He shot and killed somebody in Brazil, fled here to the United States, got a girlfriend who was also Brazilian. He stabbed her 38 times and killed her. And then he after that he got arrested and went to prison, and then he escaped prison, and they hunted him down. It took them 2 weeks to hunt him down, and then they finally captured him. And on Inside Edition, all the comments, so many people are glorifying him as a hero or very impressive. And so when I see victims of murder with Black Girl Unlost and certain other channels, your own Black people be victim blaming the deceased female who was murdered. All and like in every video or every community post, people in the comments, they're victim blaming the deceased person. And so I saw a video also on Inside Edition, excuse me, where there was a 23-year-old person who came from India to study with university and get a master's degree. Excuse me. And the police officer didn't get that many harsh words in the comments section, for he didn't get words harsh enough for mocking and laughing about another police officer hitting the female with her car and killing her. So it was a female officer hit an Indian person with her car, and then the male police officer was mocking and laughing about that, But I'm sitting here being hated, and wanted off the face of this earth because of false accusations and false rumors and stuff that you can't prove, but you're just making up more and more lies. I mean, if I were a scammer, is that a reason to stalk and follow and harass and bully somebody for years? There have been way worse things that people have done, more than what y'all are falsely accusing me of. But they still get respect because of their celebrity status or whatever. People they go behind the cops' back and say that they hate police or they hate pigs. But they don't even stand up to the police. They got a few people out there who will stand up to the police. But the police are not God. They are Freemasons, part of the Fraternal Order of Police. And they sold their souls to the devil so that they can pretend to be a fake small God on this earth. And every single last one of them, after they sold their soul and got big-headed, got these narcissistic personalities. Or a lot of them are trained psychopaths. that give zero care about anything about us citizens. They don't care about us. But they're New World Order slave puppets that think that they're running something. Like these celebrities, they are New World Order satanic slave puppets, but we've been manipulated into thinking that the celebrities govern us or got power, control, and authority over us. But we can choose to not have to follow these fake, retarded celebrities. The celebrities are brainwashing people to be dumb. When the celebrities, you hear about them going to Juilliard School or Spelman College or Harvard, but yet they're brainwashing us to, be 18, 19 years old that can think at no higher than a third grade level. We're dumbing us down, And a lot of these celebrities, they sold their soul to the devil so that they can pretend to be a fake god. You can't be friends with a celebrity because they'll set you up and sacrifice you for more fame, power, and money. And y'all don't call the celebrities the greedy scammers who need to get a real job. No, y'all respect them because of their fake power and fake positions. You don't even have any proof about me being a greedy scammer. Y'all just hear false rumors and go along with it. And then y'all don't even have any proof about me violating or harming kids either. I stay to myself. You won't catch any kids as long as I'm living here, I won't even have any visitors. Not on my own free will company for somebody to sit down up in here and come chill with me and me cook. No, I'm not about to do that. And then dealing with a narcissistic, control freak, fake friend that pretend that they're targeted and want to come up in my house, snoop through all my belongings in front of my face and dare me to say something, and I barely even know you. You pretend that you're targeted and you'll be a perp. And you snoop through all my belongings and then take one or two bites of my food and then throw it away in front of my face casually like it's nothing or like it's no big deal. And then narcissistically lecture me about wasting money when you just threw my money and my food away in the trash in front of my face. That's how they do. Even family members. So you can never share your food that you cook with a narcissistic abuser. Because they'd be the ones that if they cook food for you, they'll be the ones who practice that voodoo and witchcraft and be the one that poison you. But if you serve them food, they'll make up lies and say that you poisoned them. When poisoning your food, it's like those kind of thoughts wouldn't even cross my mind to poison your food. I don't even think of stuff I'll be trying to, think of to poison somebody's food, But they will make up lies and say that you poison them or try to poison them or something like that, and then get popular for lying. Excuse me. It seemed like as if I'd be at the most peace just by myself, even though it could be scary and lonely at times, it can be scary, living by yourself and having a medical emergency or something like that, you know. So due to me being sleep deprived, like last night or yesterday evening when I was eating dinner, I accidentally swallowed like a solid piece of meat that I nearly choked on. And that pretty much scared me, but I turned out to be I was able to swallow it okay. But it was like a whole solid piece of meat that I thought I chewed. But that happens, like the first time I experienced that due to sleep deprivation was in 2017 when I was living in Jefferson, Shrewsbury. And, you know, it's scary to even try to cook while sleep deprived. So profess targeted individuals, if they say that they suffer sleep deprivation, and then when you say that you've been suffering the same thing, for the past week, then they will falsely accuse you of being a perp and then block you and then smear campaign and lie to everybody saying stay away from her because she's a perp. And then manipulate everybody else to hate you. Like, all these people who claim to be chosen ones, they claim that they don't believe in Jesus Christ, or they might say that they don't believe in the Bible, or they'll claim to be chosen ones, but, they don't have the love of Jesus Christ. And there's too many people out here that be narcissistic, new age, fake TI perps. Some of them be trying to mix the Bible and Christianity and new age. And some of them be sacred namers that like to use names like Yahuwah and Yahusha, or try to use whatever other variation of sacred name. Or, but profess targeted individuals, it seems like even from the lies that they've heard, like because the narcissistic control freak popular fake TI perps spread the false rumor that you're a perp and then manipulate other people to avoid you and stay away from you. And it's like, well, nobody would try to come back around. They'll just avoid me and stay away from me for years. But I never met a real targeted individual in person either. I've met a few people who turn out to be perps, fake TI perps, in person. But a legit targeted individual, I never really met. And then they be done sold out and start to act like a perp and then falsely accuse me of being a perp and gaslighting and everything and manipulating. But they huddle together with others. I mean, if you had discernment to be like, who a real TI is, why did you give a perp a thumbs up on their fake comment why would you give them a thumbs up? And then falsely accuse me of being a perp. And the regular gang stalkers, as I said, they be lying to people and saying that I'm a gang stalker as well. Or lie and say that I take bribes or cash, or that I get paid to go around perping people. Or that I get paid to stalk. And none of that's true. And they don't even have any understanding or compassion for me being sleep deprived. If I make like a word or a speech mistake, or, they'd be like, oh, this is proof that Candy's lying because she looks up in the air, or she stutters, or she doesn't even look in the camera. That's how you know she's lying. But they got a lot of professed targeted individuals who do videos, and we're not even looking in and a lot of times we don't even be aware of it. But if they got somebody that you can see footage of them being targeted, and then they turn around and perp you, And then they got compromised. And then next thing you know, they changed their narrative and start saying, ignore your stalkers. But then they would try to do double talk and say, ignore your stalkers. But then they brick wall you and say, you're fake, and lie and say that I don't have any proof. But the online gang stalkers, they manipulate and twist it to where, like the video with the perp at fake Walmart back Monday. They lied and said that I was stalking and harassing that perp, that masculine, perp that was perping with the red. I don't remember if she had all red or she was perping with red, white, and blue or what colors, but she had on a red shirt. And then y'all falsely accused me of harassing her. And then they say, you're the perpetrator because you're harassing innocent people minding their own business. If that's an obvious, if you see someone that's an obvious red car, or it doesn't matter with the color, one headlight, and then y'all will lie and say that Candy is, because they make it like as if I'm a lone crazy stalker that goes around stalking and harassing innocent people out in society, when I'm the innocent person out in society being stalked, harassed, and covertly by thousands of strangers per day. So it's like, I guess you could say a double whammy, And that people try to say that if the gang stalkers could get you riled up and upset, then they get paid for successfully provoking your reaction. But then so they try to use that to say you should ignore the perps. But then if you but then when you get into an argument, they'll lie on you and say that you're a fake TI with no evidence. And then they'll make it like as if you're muted and canceled with no right to speak the truth or speak your peace of mind on your own channel, on your own videos. But it's like more and more so-called targets on TikTok. I'm like, well, that was fast. Because back in January, February, March, I had support and legit TIs. But then they started blocking and avoiding and ignoring me and unfollowing me. And then they said that they're just going to ignore their stalkers. And then they start perping. And then it's like they sell out and take bribes, and like they must have been beaten into submission. Because this white lady, she has like a TikTok called 5417 spelled out. And she said her name is Sam or something like that. She got hateful and blocked me for no reason. No reason at all. I never even harassed her or said anything really much. In the beginning, she left a few supportive comments on my videos. But then she got popular. Her video got popular for parroting and repeating what other TIs say, or what the popular fakes say. That gang stalking is an outdated term that the Freemasons made up. And then she went viral in the TI community and got popular, fake famous. And then and she was professed to be Christian and talked like she's a Christian. But then I was confused because, she's supposed to be Christian, but she sits in her car. I never saw any footage of her being really, I don't think, of her suffering gang stalking. But she mentioned something about people putting some stuff in her house. I don't remember what she said it was. Styrofoam or something in her house and poisoning her or something. And so then every video that I saw of her would be videos of her sitting in her car. And they become like the popular fakes. They become viral. Their videos go viral for them to talk about ignore your stalkers and gangs. I don't use the term targeted individual or gang stalking anymore because that's what the Freemasons say and stuff like that. Or it's a confusing term. That's what they try to be like, they created the terms, for COINTELPRO and to create confusion, to discredit us. But then you turn around and start perping behind closed doors and defending and agree with harassing videos of the gang stalkers online that been wanting to try to sex traffic me and act like they delusionally believe that they're my pimps. And then, after you gain your popularity and sell out, and you be throwing up those satanic hand signs and then hide behind the Bible and then also practice voodoo and whatever other witchcraft. So I was at Trisha's house when she showed me the video and I can't even find that video anymore. When she showed me a video where Conspiracy Underground has said that I'm the only black female on YouTube. And I'm from New Orleans. And he said that I'm the only black female on YouTube that's part of the TI community, that's a real TI and don't practice witchcraft. Or don't do any of voodoo. Because when you try to, YouTube search gang stalking and targeted individuals, first is people like Todd Grande or others that be trying to, or Sniper Wolf, that, they try to discredit, mock, or make fun. And try to say that we're insane. And then you see popular fakes who practice witchcraft and they do YouTube videos. They got monetized YouTube videos of themselves talking about narcissistic abuse, NPD, gang stalking, targeted individuals, and they be chosen ones, and they be doing tarot card readings. And then you see them. And you got to do some deep digging to come across a legit TI. And even the ones that say that they're targeted and Christian, they respond to everybody else but ignore me, or they block me for no reason at all. And the popular fakes, you're supposed to be Christian, but you don't have any discernment to see that a popular fake TI perp is slandering me and perping me in their videos and then throwing up satanic hand signs. And I'm like, well, this person just threw up the devil horns. You say you're Christian. They threw up the devil horns. And how did you miss that? But you're defending and agreeing with everything they said, like they got you under a spell and got you bewitched. And I'm sitting here trying to tell people ain't even trying to listen to me. But it's like, I know that I'm not even that bad of a human being, or that bad, not really a bad person. Like, all of us have made mistakes. In God's eyes, all of us are bad people and inherently evil. But so many people trying to play God and judge everything I do, say, and my every breath. They want to even judge how I breathe. And mock and laugh and make fun of how I breathe. And so, people are just with nothing but fake lip service just to look good by lying and saying that they feel like TIs need to come together. And then they turn around and be like, you're not a TI. And you have no evidence. And I got evidence as recent as of today. And you still don't believe me. And you're still going to give that thumbs down. Like, there were at least 3 vehicles that were wanting to monitor me while taking out the trash. At least 3 vehicles. And if you have the same thing happening to you, how could you not believe it when you see it happening to me? I mean, there was a perp in a U-Haul truck. Had her bright lights on, and she was waiting for me. She wanted to monitor me throw the trash in the bin. And then once she went like a freaking fake babysitter. And after y'all saw the video footage in the previous video, excuse me. So, and then she fraudulently and illegally drives off. And then there's another car that pulls off just before I can walk to the mailbox. So, it's frustrating, trying every day to prove that I'm a real TI. And everybody got their minds made up to believe what they want. But then if I quit doing videos, then y'all will say that y'all start to, just falsely accuse me of selling out for real. If I end up stop doing videos, y'all would falsely accuse me of taking a bribe and selling out before y'all would question my safety and ask if I've been institutionalized or jailed or if I died or if anything happened to me. If I just quit posting, if I quit posting everywhere. Because the day before, the day that I left Bloomington to come back here, I got frustrated because of a narcissistic control freak fake TI perp that's younger than me and try to gang up on me and bully me. And she's one of the popular fakes on TikTok that she either always in a car or behind a desk. And I think I heard she practiced witchcraft too. And younger than me and narcissistic, bossy, and controlling. But y'all believe her, but she doesn't even have video footage of herself being followed and harassed. But y'all take her, and then she got frustrated that shortly before she tried to bully me, a couple of days before that, a day or two, I saw a video of hers where a lot of people were accusing her of being a fake TI. But y'all still follow and respect her. But every TI in the TI community has had, whether real or fake, whether fake for real or real TI. Everybody has had their share of being called a fake TI and also have had their share of being called mentally ill or schizophrenic. I've seen it even with other so-called TIs feuding and arguing with and doing videos back and forth. One of the first things y'all want to do is say that because you're arguing with that person, you want to say that they're sick, that got mental issues or need medication or schizophrenic. And it's like, Don't do what the perps do. Do not do what the perps do. Don't call another targeted individual schizophrenic. Don't say that a targeted individual has mental problems. Don't try to attack another targeted individual's finances when they're homeless and struggling. And then you lie. I mean, you lie. Like, it was insane that they were falsely accused me of being a sold out fake TI when I was struggling on the streets. And then, as I said, when they try to butter you up and try to say that you're chosen, that they think you're chosen and that God sent them, that God led them to your channel, your YouTube channel. And the religious, narcissistic, control freak, fake TI perps, they will try to present themselves to you and then donate to you and then say that God led them to your channel. Then they start to pretend to fake support you. And then they slowly but surely start ignoring you. and then secretly pull away the rug of support. And then when you question why they've been ignoring you, or why they don't call as often, or if they ignore you or you don't hear from them, and then next thing you know, they're commenting when you just talked on the phone with them last night, and then this morning you see that they're commenting on the videos of perps that I've showed you. I've showed you that this person is trying to sex traffic me and that they're regular perps. And then you lie and say that I'm the perp. And then you defend and agree, and you make comments defending and agreeing with their slanderous videos about me. And then when I confront and question, then you do a smear campaign video and bully me and try to and use the harshest words you can find to try to tear me down. And then smear campaign and lie and say that I'm a demon possessed, that I'm not a child of God, that I'm not chosen, that you saw my eyes turn black, or that you think my eyes look like you just changed around everything. Everything. And it made me question whether or not you were fake from the beginning. But, the most professed targeted individuals, even the ones that say that they're Christian, they don't even, they don't have the love of Jesus Christ. They don't have they don't have the so-called spirit of forgiveness. They don't have grace and mercy towards another fellow TI that you had a misunderstanding or argument with, but you'll be more merciful and forgiving towards the satanic gang stalkers. You'll be loyal to them, loyal, merciful, and forgiving towards the gang stalkers. And it's very confusing. A gang stalker that beats you up, and then the police put you in handcuffs and try to take you to jail, and then you immediately say, oh, I forgive this person. I ain't mad at them no more. And then you go hug them, and but then because you're mad at me because I cleared the mucus out of my throat because of being sick, I deserve to be punished with eternal hate and no forgiveness. And you lie to people and say that I have a perp cough or clearing my throat or doing perp stuff. Well, I've been clearing my throat and coughing in videos for quite a few years now. And nobody said anything about a perp cough or clearing my throat with that until multiple people a couple of months ago. So, and while you falsely accusing me of not being a real TI, but then you have a video meltdown when people say you're a fake TI or that you're not real. But as I said, all you do is drive around in your brand new pretty Tesla all day. talking about chosen ones and God's chosen elect, and you're bullying and perping somebody. You don't have the love of Christ. You don't have the forgiveness of Jesus Christ. You don't even try to be like Jesus every day, because Jesus wouldn't manipulate somebody, put stuff in somebody's head to make him hate you. How about you show me a Bible scripture where Jesus Christ told somebody to hate another person? But no, that's what the Pharisees do, though. But you want to tell me stay in my Bible, or you use the Bible, you weaponize the Bible to hurt me. You weaponize it to hurt me and then make me feel doomed and hopeless. Like there's no chance in heaven for me. Like religious narcissistic perps have told me, there's no hope in heaven for you. So, but they be having people in the so-called TI community that be deliberately avoiding and ignoring me and staying far away from me because of false rumors they've heard. And I think my homeless situation, I'm not homeless anymore, but I don't even think, I don't even know if there's any hope or possibility of me mending friendships with, so-called targets that I feuded with, but then they proven themselves to be perps for real. And then they pretend that they're dealing with me from a long-handed spoon or from a distance. And the so-called friendship ain't the same anymore. After I exposed the truth about their control and narcissistic abuse. But some of them are damaged, they have damaged me so much, so bad, that, I still have not even been able to recover from or get any closure from what they did. Even further trauma, psychologically, mentally, and emotionally traumatized. But if I end up feuding with a narcissistic control freak fake TI perp that straight up called me crazy and schizophrenic, when you claim you're supposed to be part of the TI community, and then they end up getting people that was my subscribers go unfollow or block me and then go flock to them. And then, while they slandering me and y'all don't even have any discernment. While, y'all sitting there picking on, bullying, and harassing me, calling me mentally inept, mentally challenged, remedial, slow, and then, calling me mental health related slurs. And y'all get popular by bullying somebody. And y'all just kick somebody down harder that's already down. And then y'all lie and say y'all will pick on and harass me unprovoked, and then falsely accuse me of being the one that's a perp, or you falsely accuse me of having Masonic affiliation, or falsely accuse me of working for the CIA, the FBI, or falsely accuse me of being a CIA or FBI or DHS informant, when y'all are using projection. And it's very difficult for me to get really any support. Even the regular gang stalkers lie and say that I take bribes. But they're trying to beat me into submission, and that's what they're hoping, that I would shut up about my targeting. And just like people who say ignore your stalkers, their sick asses want to try to train you to tolerate torture and abuse. which is part of the trafficking. So they want to try to train you to tolerate abuse. And then they say that when you fight back, they try to make like where you're just as bad as them when you defend yourself. But if y'all keep on saying ignore, 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 because it's easier for y'all to say because it ain't happening to you. But, people won't even let me be positive. They won't allow me to be positive. People have the worst things to say about my appearance, but my physical appearance, but I'm not allowed to talk about nobody. If I'm already homeless on the streets and struggling, and one of the first things y'all do is attack my finances and mental health and my weight, and they have some popular fake TI perks that harass me unprovoked for no reason, and I haven't even done y'all anything. But I'm thankful and glad that Ronald Soriano, he apologized and he repented. And after he apologized, he had never harassed. He from what I saw, it looked like he left me alone. Because I'm like, how the hell you profess to be Christian? Or when anybody, how can anybody profess to be Christian and posting Bible scriptures, and then you're perping and harassing me, but then you're going through the targeting you're going through the targeting yourself. But I'm glad that he apologized and repented from, what he did to me. Because I never did him anything. I never even was subscribed to him. I never really, I never really sat down and watched his videos or nothing, And it's like, what I did to you? But I'm glad that he humbled himself and apologized. And he left me alone ever since. But, that guy that called himself Gang Stalking Simulation, I never did him anything. But he was joining in with the regular stalkers and bullying and harassing. It was multiple people in the so-called TI community joining in on the bullying, and I just don't get it. Y'all have meltdowns worse than I do. Y'all supposed to be seen by society as mentally normal. If I'm supposed to be seen by society as mentally off, slow, and retarded, and challenged, and everything else, but y'all be a man, a 48-year-old man, for example, if they might have a 48-year-old man that's supposed to be a targeted individual and Christian and have a worse of a meltdown with the gang stalking than I do, and then turn around and perp me unprovoked for no reason. Bullying is a gang stalking trait. It's also a narc trait. If you're going through this, why can't we all sympathize with each other? But it's like they try to act like it's a popularity. The TI community is supposed to be a popularity contest, and people who try to act like they think that they can compete against who's more tortured than who, or who's more chosen than who. But the main ones, they just got fake lip service with saying TIs need to come together. And I said that there needs to be a fake TI perp detector. But these religious narcs who claim that they can see so spiritually, they claim that they can see spiritually through somebody. But if somebody got a pure soul, they got a pure soul. Like, how am I going to go from having a pure soul one day and then being a demon the next day, but I never performed any rituals and I never sold out. I'm still the same even as I was 2 or 3 years ago. I don't think really much anything has changed about me. And then I heard that people, even the fake TI perks that betrayed me, would even say that, they would even say something like that people hate my authenticity. But it's like I never saw how somebody who drives a brand new 2024 Volvo and owns a condo, or you own multiple properties and multiple cars, and why the hell you feel the need to hate on a struggling homeless person who got to sleep out on the streets? And being homeless is way more expensive than living up, like having a regular apartment. But I have a low income apartment now that I'm paying $213 a month, and I'm feeling nervous about what my actual first light bill will be. You know, like it's during the day right now, and I turned off the air conditioner. You know, but I only got the bathroom window up at the moment. But since I put up the little temporary blinds, I I can't put the windows up anymore. But then I end up seeing more gang stalking activity. Let me see something. But I hope to not have to ask for help, you know. But I still would like to make a side hustle income with, with my short stories and writing and whatever else, because it sucks to be on forced low income, for so many years. And it's like, it's very crazy that even other professed targeted individuals be starting bizarre false rumors about you. So let me see something. Wait a minute. Okay. So yeah, I still would like to make a living writing, and I would like to do like cooking videos and try to, like, as I said, I just write from the heart. I'm not trying to improve or become an expert at my writing because I just want to write from the heart. But I do want to improve and better my cooking skills, but they be sleep depriving me so much that can't even be perfect or good enough. So I just write from the heart and don't even try to be, because somebody out there's always going to be somebody to criticize. So I might as well just continue being myself, because if I conform to the herd, you still got something to say about that too. So thanks for listening to me for almost 2 hours. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all.